the Baba himself, a former president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Chief Olusegun Aremu Okekiola Obasanjo, GCFR. Permit me to recognize all other state executives that are here before handing over to my colleague, the Speaker of the Ogun State House of Assembly, Right Honorable Prince Suraj Ishola Adekunbi. You're most welcome. I recognize the presence of the Head of Service, Ogun State, Elder Olushola Adeyemi MNI. You're most welcome. And of course, the Honorable Commissioner for Commerce and Industry in Ogun State, Otumba Bimbo Ashiru.
Thank you very much, Mr. Wole. Your Excellency, the Vice President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Professor Yemi Osinbajo, SAN-GCON. His Excellency, the Governor of Ogun State, Distinguished Senator Ibikunle Amosun, and his Deputy, His Excellency Chief Mrs. Yetunde Onanogad, the former president of this great country of ours, and undoubtedly the father of modern Nigeria, His Excellency Chief Olusegun Obasanjo. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I also like to recognize in our midst the Honorable Minister of Industry, Trade and Investment of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Dr. Okechukwu Enelama. You're welcome, Honorable Minister. He's also here with his Minister of State, Ajia Aishatu Abubakar. You're welcome, ma. The Permanent Secretary of the Federal Ministry of Industry, Trade and Investment, Aminu Aliyu Bisala, is also in our midst. And we take this time to acknowledge the presence of permanent secretaries in all the states of the Federation. And of course, we salute the presence and the hospitality of the entire Executive Council of Ogun State. We also want to recognize the presence of the leadership of the Manufacturers Association of Nigeria and the National Association of Chambers of Commerce, Industry, Mines and Agriculture that are here with us. You are very welcome. We have paid the traditional tribute that is due to our traditional rulers. And I want to say, you're welcome, sir. The captains of industries who are here, we salute you, and distinguished ladies and gentlemen. All right, my attention is drawn to this. We had earlier done a protocol listing of the Senate committee chairmen and members who are here, but bears repeating as I want to recognize the former governor of Ebonyi State, a one-time Honorable Minister of Education of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, and today a distinguished Senator of the Federal Republic and Chairman Senate Committee on Industry, Dr. Sam Ego. I also want to repeat our introduction of the Senate Committee Chair on Trade and Investment, who is ably represented by Mr. Emmanuel Odo. You are welcome, sir. The House Committee Chairman on Industry is also in our midst, Honorable Moriki. Chairman, you are welcome, sir. And the House Committee Chairman on Commerce, Honorable Sylvester Ogbaga, is also in our midst. I recognize the presence of the House Committee Member on Commerce, Honorable Solomon Maren, and the House Committee Member on Industry, Honorable Mickey Kazim. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I like to restate the importance of the choice of Ogun State as the venue of the 8th meeting of the National Council on Industry, Trade and Investment. The choice of Ogun State as the venue is obvious. It's reputed to be the hub of industry in Nigeria. And like it's been rightly said in one of the forums, is a potential regional leader in terms of industry in the entire African continent. If a state component is having this kind of status, that tells us what future the great country of ours even has. We also know, it's in the public domain, that the economy of this country is in dire straits, and that is why the topic of this year's meeting is rightly diversifying the Nigerian economy from overdependence on agriculture. Without further ado, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. Oh, right, sorry. We are diversifying the economy from overdependence on oil. I can't even remember what I called it, because it's so obvious. All right. Your Excellency, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, may I now invite the Honorable Minister of Industry, Trade and Investment of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Dr. Okechukwu Enelama, for his opening remarks. Honorable Minister, sir.
Your Excellency, Vice President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Professor Yemi Osinbajo, SAN, GCON. Your Excellency, Senator Ibikunle Amosu, Governor of Ogun State, CON, FCA. Our elder statesman and former President, Chief Olusegun Obasanjo, Chairman of the Senate and House Committees on Industry, Trade and Investment, other distinguished senators and honorable members of the House, Honorable Minister of State and commissioners, permanent secretaries, our royal fathers, development partners, invited participants, excellencies, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of all participants, it is my pleasure to welcome His Excellency, Professor Yemi Osinbajo, SAN, GCON, Vice President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, to this 8th session of the Council on Industry, Trade and Investment, being held here in this historic city of Abeokuta. Mr. Vice President, we are deeply honored by your presence today to address this session of the Council. As Minister responsible for Industry, Trade and Investment, I am well aware of the time and round-the-clock effort that you are investing to restore growth and diversify the Nigerian economy. Not only in your capacity as Vice President, but also as Chairman of the National Economic Council and as Chairman of the Economic Management Team. Your efforts and leadership are already beginning to bear results. On behalf of this 8th National Council, let me again thank you for your effort, determination, and tireless engagement. Thank you, Your Excellency, Governor Amosu, for your graciousness and for agreeing to host this meeting at short notice. Already we are beneficiaries of the hospitality uniquely associated with the Gateway State. Your Excellency, please let me also add that having married from... I thought you were clapping for what I'm going to say next, so you must be prophetic. Listen to this. No, listen to this. Your Excellency, please let me also add that having married from Ogun State, I feel like I am part of the family. And I just feel like I'm coming home. To all our delegates from the various states, honorable commissioners, permanent secretaries, officials from the federal ministries and agencies, our development partners, members of the organized private sector, and other important stakeholders, I warmly welcome you all to this 8th National Council. This is a moment of great challenge and historic opportunities in the Nigerian economy. We face significant headwinds occasioned by external systemic shocks and accumulated failures in governance that delayed overdue reforms in our country. Nigeria is going through and navigating a unique development experience, but we know that we shall overcome these challenges if we seize the opportunities and act boldly and in the national interest. The presence of His Excellency, the Vice President, with us today is in keeping with the commitment of His Excellency, Mr. Muhammadu Buhari, GCFR, President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, to deliver on the 3 core priorities of this government, which are to restore peace and security, improve governance and fight corruption, and deliver on the economic welfare of all Nigerians through a more inclusive economy. At every level of government, work is underway. Sectoral master plans are being developed. These plans are being analyzed, reviewed, and improved under the chairmanship of His Excellency the Vice President, especially at the EMT, but also at the National Economic Council. Thereafter, these plans are approved by the Federal Executive Council, even as key aspects of these plans are being implemented and remain work in progress. It is in this context that we're meeting over the next few days to gather your input and priorities and exchange views as we implement the plan for diversification and growth by the Ministry of Industry, Trade and Investment and all our sister ministries in various states, what we have called the MITI plan. The mandate and work of the Ministry of Industry, Trade and Investment is a cross-cutting one. They are systemic, cross-cutting all and every sector of the Nigerian economy. This is why the MITI plan that we're developing has as a strategic focus partnering with private sector capital, private capital, and also development capital to mobilize the resources we need for our growth and diversification. The challenge in every economy is that of infinite demands and limited resources. Given the